Hi, Aquarius. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. I am so glad to be back. I've missed you all so much. Thank you to all my subscribers and supporters through this time. I have a new setup, so I'm still working on the lighting and the microphone and stuff. So I appreciate your patience. I just wanted to get these videos out. I'm going to apologize in advance if I cough, sneeze, have to pause for a second, take a sip of water as I have a cold. But I wanted to get these videos out. So let's get started. For your May 2025 reading, I will do past, present, future. I will clarify the cards and I will also be pulling an overall energy for your for your reading. Let's see. Are you am I getting some stubborn energy here? Let's see. Spirit, give me guidance for the past for Aquarius. Give me 3 cards for the past for Aquarius, please. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Moon. And we have the High Priestess, all water energy over here. So something with some emotion here. What do we have for the current energy for Aquarius, May 2025 Spirit? Please give me. We have the Queen of Cups, more water energy. The Queen of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. What do we have for our future energy for Aquarius? Spirit, please, and thank you. We have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and Justice. All right, the overall energy for the reading is the Two of Swords. All right, so let's go to the past. I'm not going to spend too much time on the past. I'm going to hone in more on your present and future. I am going to clarify. But with this row here, with this column, sorry, I'm getting the sense of something being kind of vague, right? Um, this is like I'm getting a few energies here. I do feel it's really time to go with your intuition and not like some of you are deceiving yourself. Like perhaps some of you are saying, I am really happy, but really internally, you know, you're not happy, right? And maybe you try to justify it, but it's like, don't ignore your intuition here because I feel like some of you are being deceitful to yourself and not seeing something, okay? Let me start clarifying so I can get into this deeper, but that is the I read intuitively and that is what I'm getting. Why is the Three of Cups here for Aquarius? Three of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles. Why is the Moon here? Why is the Moon here? Moon. Temperance. Why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here? Okay, 4. All right. Okay, let me say this. This is great. This is great. This is where my concern is. Um, so let me hone in on this first. Remember, this is the past position. It's like you're struggling with something here. You're struggling with some kind of balance, equilibrium. Um, it's like you're it's like you are struggling to let me find the word. You're struggling with some type of confusion, right? Because the moon can mean like illusion, it can mean, it's hard to see things in the dark, so it could be fear of the unknown, struggling with not knowing what the future is going to be like and trusting that things will balance out. It's like, okay, what is happening here? Like, what is going on is what I want to say and how I feel. Um, and this could be with work, relationships. You know if this relates to you or not. Um, but that's what I'm getting. It's like perhaps some of you want to make something look a certain way or feel a certain way because you feel that's how it should be. But inside, there's just something that's not connecting and coming together. With the Three of Cups and the King of Pentacles, it does speak of celebration, balance, success here. Like keep working hard. There's again some kind of celebration. Some of you could be getting engaged or got engaged and you're like questioning some things like, is this the right thing to do? Or you've gotten into a relationship and now you're starting to question, is this the right thing? All right. And that's just the energies I'm getting. This could be a project, a business. You take it as it resonates for you. I'm just trying to give out some examples that you can relate to of what it possibly could be. I do feel though like your intuition is very strong and you have to listen to that inner voice in order to achieve the happiness, the contentment in this card. You know, um and I do feel like if this is a relationship, I do feel like I mean these are great cards for that. But I can't, like, it's like I can't put my finger on it, but there's something that's off that and maybe that's how you feel. Like something's a little off. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know where it's stemming from. Um, but you do want the harmony, you do want the stability, right? As these cards suggest, right? Um, So let's go ahead and move to the current energy. You have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. So it could be somebody, it's like opposites attract, right? Um, However, for some of you, I can't ignore this. Some of you are looking to the past while this person is looking for the future. And then there's like a little stagnant energy. That's for a couple of you. But otherwise, I am getting you have you have to make well-informed decisions here. Clear, diligent decisions is what I just got. You have to remain grounded, right? And be practical within this. Um, and this is going to be needed for some type of personal growth within this situation. And being self-aware. The Queen of Swords is clear, right? She's sharp. She is clear-headed, more or less, right? Um, where the Knight of Pentacles here is, does do hard work and wants to achieve material success or just success in general, right? But sometimes, like, he's the slowest moving knight in the deck. So sometimes things are taken a little bit slower due to hesitation. But like I want to say it's a make it or break it moment in the sense of there's some type of major decision here about your life. And you really need to think it through, right? Um Some of you may, are focused on building some type of future with someone, with your partner, or what have you. Um, and it's saying that if that's the case, be clear, right? Not being swayed by any type of emotion here. And it's so let's start clarifying because I don't want to go off. But like I'm getting a few energies here, which is why I'm telling you what I'm getting so you can put it together what makes sense for your situation. Being it's a collective reading and not a personal reading, um I've been getting a lot of mixed energies coming in. If this is from a work perspective, it's like you're focused on the financial success and the security of whatever this is, and it does appear that you're hardworking and you're smart and definitely can achieve some type of resource or something tangible, right? But you also have to have practical decisions, building that secure future, being clear, direct, and not getting too emotional about it, I should say. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Why is the Queen of Swords here for Aquarius? I mean, Queen of Cups. Jeez. Why is the Queen of Cups here? Why is the Queen of Cups here for Aquarius? Three of Swords. Again, I think some of you are looking on the past hurt. I said she was facing the past, um, past. This is the past, so she's facing the past, but I think there's been a lot of hurt in your past, a lot of letdown, you know. Some of you could have had an emotional breakdown. I mean, that happens. There's no fault for that. Why is the Queen of Swords here? The Four of Cups. So this might not be as exciting to you as you felt in the past. Look, Knight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. You have repeat cards here. So, some of you could be looking on the past, and it's hard not to get emotional about certain things. Um, and it could just mean that maybe you are afraid of some type of betrayal or loss and trying to balance out, practicality, um, being logical versus emotional, right? Um, Mixed feelings here. I keep hearing mixed feelings. Let's see. Queen of Swords, Four of Cups. For some of you, there could be like an emotional disconnect. Like just disconnected is the best word I can say, like, and contemplating. Some of you could be very independent, like the Queen of Swords, and really doesn't know if this is can this work? I mean, it's everything I wanted. So it's like be careful what you wish for because you just might get it kind of vibe. Um, it's definitely like I'm getting this could be very intimidating for you. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just feel like it could be intimidating, right? Um, for Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, I do feel like things are going to eventually come together. They're working to come together. It's going to be very slow, but things are going to start coming together. But I think it's like all about keeping these emotions in check and not allowing it to run your mind. And then you start, focusing on all the past hurt and this and that, and it's hard, right? Because our mind can be our worst enemy. And I'm speaking from experience. But if this is for work related, I do feel like, there's going to be fulfillment. You're going to find the fulfillment. It might be awkward at first, but there's just mixed emotions and things are going to start coming together for you. In this future row, you have the Nine of Swords, which speaks of stress and anxiety and fear. You have the Ten of Wands, which speaks of putting up the burden, right? So I do feel like, it's like a work in progress, and Justice is about coming into balance. So let's see why these cards are here. Why is the Nine of Swords here in the future position? Too many. Why is the Nine of Swords here in the future position? We have the Emperor. Yeah, I think you just need to be direct and just get out of your head. I think your mind is what, and that is so hard, right? It is so hard, especially at nighttime. Like I think somebody else had these two cards, but I think it was a water sign. I can't remember because you're my ninth reading, so at this point I cannot remember. But um it's like I feel like when it becomes nighttime, like I feel like yes, one of the water signs said this. Like during the day, you have to give off this persona of being this strong, independent person, like the emperor. But at night, it's like you're ready to fall apart. Like that's when your mind just runs and runs and runs, and then it's like it defeats you, right? It's like nighttime is your worst enemy because it's when things are quiet and you actually stop, but your brain doesn't. It's like on overload, is what I'm getting for some of you. Let me keep going because I'm sorry, but I felt like I had to say that. Why is the Ten of Wands here? Why is the Ten of Wands here? Queen of Wands. Why is the just? Yeah, I think you're gaining the confidence. Like talk. You're gonna have to talk yourself through this. Yeah, Justice. Five of Cups. All right. So let's go back up here for a second. There's a sense here for control, perhaps stability. Um, And some of you, like I said over here, like you could be independent maybe, and this is something that's really something you're not used to, right? And it could be scary, it could be fearful, a struggle, right? But you've got to find the biggest thing that you need to know in your future here is that you have got to find the balance between control and somehow relaxing, right? And I can tell you this has been me for quite some time, with all the things in my life going on. And the best thing I can tell you is that I've had to work through a lot of things. I've had to, meditation. I listen to guided meditations as on YouTube as well as regular meditation music, and learning how to not let things take control of me and control my emotions and allow that fear to set in because that can be really dangerous. With the 10 of wands and the queen of wands, there is there is a sense of feeling perhaps a little overwhelmed with responsibility. Perhaps it's because maybe you have children as well, or whatever that looks like for you. But, you know, I do feel like this could also be a factor with this over here. And just remembering, like, you know, maybe you need guidance from a therapist, a priest, a pastor, a family members, a friend, and somebody who can help you. And there's no shame in that, asking for help, Um, but I do get the sense that like there's just a lot on your shoulders, constantly having to juggle, right? Multitask, as most of us do. Um, and you're probably a strong and confident individual. So perhaps, from a work standpoint, this is somebody maybe younger or somebody coming in that's taking something over, and it's like you just feel like, wow, how is that possible? If it's a relationship, it could be because you're independent or you're fearing something may repeat, right, from the past. With the Justice and the Five of Cups, I feel like some of you do need to address some type of sadness and grief, you know, and it, it will bring some type of balance and fairness, but there's like a grieving process. But also remembering not to sit in this energy forever, you know. Um, but I do get a good feeling here that things are going to balance out. It's just going to take time and work. And it's time to put the burdens down. And if you're taking on additional responsibility of someone, then you need to say, I'm done. Stop doing that. And I feel like that's going to be the decision you're going to need to make. Are you in or are you out? Okay. Whatever this is, it's like, okay, either I'm going to be all in, right? And I got to get it together and stay focused and keep working, right? Or am I just gonna, am I out? Like, I just can't do this. Why is the Two of Swords here? Why is it? Because some of this might be very overwhelming for you. Why is the Two of Swords? Or maybe it's something you're not ready for at this specific moment. Why? There's a lot of energy in your reading, Aquarius. So I feel like there could be multiple things going on in your life that you feel like you're just being pulled in too many directions and you can't even, like, I feel so discombobulated at the moment. Like, I don't know what direction to go into. I don't know what to do. Like, I just don't want to make another decision, is how I feel. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, like, so this is a new opportunity, a new beginning here. But there could be a difficult, it's difficult for you, for whatever reason, there is a difficult decision. It could be dealing with finances and career with the pentacles, right? And I talked about that over here. It could be work related, but it also could be that, how can I say this? Not everything is permanent. Things are temporary, and sometimes things feel like, okay, things are a little bit longer than what they should be or should take. And it may take you a little bit to make this decision, but I do feel like there is a new, beautiful beginning here. Especially if it's with love. And it's okay to have hesitation, right? I mean, we're all human. Just take your time. Don't get too much in your head about it, right? Um, and just stay focused at what's hand and just be clear as what it is you want, but only you can make this decision. So I hope this message has helped. If it did, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Keep standing in your power, and I'll see you soon. Bye.